Hey everybody, this is Mochi Man 860 here. Just doing this vlog today. You know, if I sound a little pissed off, I'll tell you why. It's because my family sucks! Ever since I was a little kid, all they did was make fun of me. Katakuri, you're so strong. Katakuri, you got a pelican eel mouth. You know what? I don't deserve this crap. I'm gonna go and start my own pirate crew. They're gonna be the freaking Mochi Pirates, and I'm gonna show them. Screw my mom, screw my little sister. I'm my own man, you know that? Okay, so, is that good? Is everyone gonna recover from that? Alright, cool. Alright, so in this video, we're gonna be discussing Charlotte Katakuri, because the last chapter of One Piece, woo! We got a lot of character development from his side. Keep in mind, he's still a relatively new character to the series. He just made his first appearance in chapter 860, and we just had 893, so like 33, 34 chapters, that's all we really have. But this last chapter dumped a bunch of stuff on us about, you know, how his family views him, or truly views him, how his childhood was a little bit. You had that moment at the end of the chapter when he confronts Luffy and he kind of acknowledges Luffy as a strong opponent. You know, I will no longer view you as below me. And then Luffy's like, well, that's awesome, but I'm still gonna win, you know. And so they have like a mutual respect for each other now, and they're kind of just gonna continue their fight in earnest. The whole thing with Flampe finding out about Katakuri's, you know, seeing his mouth and her reaction to that, as well as with the reaction of a bunch of other members of the pirate crew. You know, a lot of stuff going on here, and whenever I do the review, you know, the review is honestly a lot of times more for entertainment purposes, because that format isn't great for, like, just discussing a lot of stuff, because I'm doing the whole chapter, I kind of have to get through it. This format works a lot better for, like, sitting down and collectively looking at, like, okay, let's check out this character development, you know, and how the character has progressed, and piecing together his backstory and stuff like that. And, most importantly, the thing that we're going to be discussing in this video, you know, the big one, the theory, is going to be what will become of Katakuri after this arc. You know, so, basically, let's just take a look at Katakuri, though, after the events of this chapter, okay? So, in this chapter, Katakuri reveals to Flampe his mouth, you know, the fact that he has a stitched-up, like, Glasgow smile, he has, like, the razor-sharp monster teeth, the same teeth as Bartolomeo. He shouts at Flampe for interfering with his fight with Luffy. Flampe shot, you know, the little sweet bread biscuit, you know, basically like a little blow dart at Luffy, like interfering with their battle, and, you know, Katakuri gets pissed at this. And Katakuri, up till this point, by Flampe and by Brule and by probably some other member of the Big Mom Pirates that ends with Bay, you know, all the members of the Big Mom Pirates were like, oh yeah, Katakuri, so strong, so powerful, so amazing, you know, the best little brother that a little sister could ask for, you know, and the reaction that Flampe has, like, is immediate, like, just an immediate, you know, 180 after seeing Katakuri's true appearance. You know, she's like, that's lame, that's disgusting, oh my god, gag me with a spoon, you know, that's the kind of reaction she has, and all the people's like, take pictures of him, take pictures, we're gonna spread this all over Totland, we're gonna ruin his reputation, this is disgusting. That's what he had to deal with, and this is somebody that can apparently, like, crush your head and bury it under a mountain of mochi and suffocate you without even blinking. You know, this is the level of strength that Katakuri has. Everybody in Totland knows this. Flampe certainly knows this, and she's still gonna react this way. That's really messed up. That means that Flampe's like, wow, even though if it means I will die, I'm still gonna make fun of him. You know, this is disgusting. So then you start thinking, you know, okay, you know, I kind of went on a whole, honestly, like a fan fiction-y kind of spiel with it that I just came up with out of nowhere. I didn't plan that at all. It just popped into my head, like, you know, what if Katakuri and Luffy, after, you know, beating the crap out of each other, they just kind of become besties, you know, like, I love you, man, you know what, it's alright, you beat the crap out of me, it's kind of like a mutual respect, yeah, you're sweet, man, you're rubber, I'm Mochi, we belong together, you know, and they ride off on the Thousand Sunny, and that's how they escape Totland. Now I said that as a joke, not intending for that to happen, but a lot of people in the comments were like, man, that sounds like a good idea. That'd be cool if that actually happened. And I'm like, look, even if it doesn't happen in that way, which I'm not convinced if it actually goes down that way, that would be like Christmas and every birthday in my life, and maybe possibly some future birthdays compressed into one. The video reaction I would have had to that moment would be amazing. It would be, I'm looking forward to it now. I kind of hope it would happen just so I could do that. But even if that doesn't happen, what is the future for Katakuri in Totland. Because Flampe and a bunch of people now know all about his mouth and the way that they reacted to that. Now, of course, Katakuri and Luffy knocked Flampe out with Conqueror's Hockey, but they're still, that doesn't affect memories. You know, they still know, they've still seen it. And you know what? More importantly than the evidence that they have, more importantly than Flampe knows, it's like a reaffirmation for Katakuri himself that when he was a little freaking kid, he was picked on constantly by his monstrous strength and his mouth and the deformity. I brought that up in the review that it's kind of weird how, you know, it's sort of like this massive amount of hypocrisy that's like a theme in the Whole Cake Island arc. Have you noticed how Big Mom wants to start an entire country without any racism, without any prejudice, where people of all different races can live? And in this society, even though people might not be prejudiced because of a race, you know, they're not going to make fun of you because you're a fishman. They're gonna make fun of you because of your physical appearance. So, like, the reason Pudding is made fun of as a little girl was not because she was a member of the Third Eye clan, but because she has a third eye, which should not even really be that weird, considering, you know, all the crazy stuff in One Piece, magical fruits that turn you into an animal, you know, all these crazy things that exist, all these other species that exist. You know, there's giants, there's mermaids, there's fishmen, but a third eye, that's the thing that's like, whoa, that's creepy, girl. Even Big Mom herself is just the center of this hypocrisy, where she's like, I want to create a world of no prejudice where all races can live. It's like, oh damn, Pudding, put that away, that is creepy, girl. You know, so that's messed up, right? And Katakuri was not exempt for this. When he was a little kid, he was made fun of for his strength and for his mouth. And you kind of piece it together in the last chapter how this went down. Katakuri probably decided, you know what, I'm gonna conform to what they want me to be. You know, they're terrified by my mouth. I better cover up my mouth. I better do that. I was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna dress from now on. This is how I'm gonna act. I'm gonna conform to the way that Mama wants, to the way everybody else wants. You know, I'm gonna be a good son. I'm gonna be a good member of the pirate crew, right? So you imagine, because Katakuri's like over 40 years old. You know, he's an adult. He's a man, all right? You imagine his entire childhood, teenage years, adult life. It was just spent, you know, trying to earn the respect of his family and trying to conform to something that they would accept, what Big Mom would accept, what all of his little sisters would accept, right? And now finally, after, you know, decades and decades, he thinks he finally achieves this. You know, he has the badass persona. He hides his true self away from everybody, even something just like his obsession / fetish for donuts. He has to make sure nobody sees that. He has to make sure nobody sees his mouth. He has to make sure everyone always sees him as this badass, unmovable object, okay? But here he is now, in his freaking 40s, fighting Luffy, and he feels like, you know what, I think I'm kind of already like they might accept me. It might be something where I could show them my mouth and it'll be okay, you know, because of all this credit, of all this street cred I've built up over the years. And, you know, Flampe interferes with a fight with Luffy. You know, she shoots that blow gun dart at Luffy, and, you know, Katakuri gets really pissed at this, and he confronts Flampe, and he rips off his freaking scarf, and he's like, don't interfere with a fight with men. If you laugh at him, you laugh at me. You know, that's like the reaction he had. And Flampe goes from, this really pisses me off. It really does. Because it is like an exact 180. It's like, you have no values whatsoever, girl. You know, it's just like, Katakuri's the best person ever. He's my role model, and he's my older brother, and I just love him so much. Oh my god, look at your mouth. Oh my god, you got like ripped mouth. Oh my god, that's so lame, loser. Hey everybody, take pictures of him. We're gonna spread this all over Totland. Like, holy crap, girl. Wow, okay, I want you guys to do something for me. I want you guys to have like a little social experiment for me, alright? Think about somebody that you genuinely respect in the world. It could be a person you actually know, it could be a famous movie star, it could be a musician, it could be an artist, it could be whoever you want, it could be me. I don't think this would work too well for me because I'm already kind of a cringy guy, but picture someone that you respect, okay? And then tomorrow you find out that they might have some physical deformity. that you never knew about. Okay, because Katakuri is still a strong dude. He's still, I mean, he's not invincible or anything. I think this fight with Luffy proves that. He can be injured, but he has insanely high strength, an incredibly powerful awakened devil fruit ability, amazing top-leveled observation hockey, which, by the way, then you start thinking maybe the only reason he works so hard to get that level of power with observation and with awakening his devil fruit was also just to conform to the Big Mom family. Just like, I'm gonna get an awakened devil fruit, I'm gonna train with that devil fruit, I'm gonna master observation hockey, I'm gonna show them that I'm an asset, I'm awesome, you know, I'm gonna show them that I'm good enough, and they'll maybe, you know, forget about the whole deformity mouth thing. But anyway, he's still a really strong dude. So the person that you picture, your role model, let's say they're just a musician. You know, they're still the most awesome musician that you remember. It just turns out maybe, you know, they have a serious, like, messed up birthmark on their body, or they're really bald, like they're just wearing a wig the whole time, or they have like a weird conjoined twin on their back or something. Would your immediate reaction to that be like, oh man, I love this person, oh my, man, they have a conjoined twin? That's disgusting! Guys, let's take pictures of them. Let's spread it all over the internet. I know I love this person. They were my role model literally 10 seconds ago, but come on, that is so lame. Probably not your direct reaction to that, but that's not how you would react. Come on, that's not how you would do it. Flambe she's beyond shallow. It's like the pool isn't shallow. The pool sprung a leak, and now the water is leaking down to a reservoir 5 miles under the surface of the earth. That's how freaking shallow Flambe is. Alright? That's messed up. But anyway, think about this now. After experiencing all of this, after revealing who he really was, and that's the reaction he got, the same exact reaction he had when he was a little kid. And there's a moment right freaking here where you can see Katakuri rip off his scarf, and you could see him, he's remembering the time when he was a little kid and made fun of, and he just kind of sighs. You know the thoughts going in his head right there were like, I did everything I could. It's been years since I was a little kid. I trained with my devil fruit. I got so powerful. I was such an asset. Everybody in the country loves me and looks up to me. But I still can't be who I am. I still can't show them what I really look like, because they just immediately go back to treating me like pond scum when I was 9 years old. That's what he's thinking right there. And he just kind of sighs, and he's just kind of... And he kind of just takes that emotion and he just kind of throws it in his fight with Luffy. He kind of has this moment with Luffy. Honestly, Luffy might as well be his best friend in the mirror world, in this position right now. Out of everybody that's watching this fight, out of everybody on Totland, screw it, everybody that he's known and loved, his family members, whatever, it's probably Luffy right now is the one that he won't make fun of him for the way he looks. You know, he's not sitting there laughing at Katakuri's mouth. So he just kind of looks like, you know what? Screw them. And then they use the Conqueror's Haki to knock him out. And Katakuri's like, you know what? I respect you. I'm not going to treat you of all people, because you're fighting me like an equal. You're going all out. You're not laughing at me. You're not doing any of this stuff. You're treating me like a real opponent. I'm going to treat you like a real opponent. Okay, now, what's going to happen after Totland? Because you'd think Katakuri, he would be done with this bullshit. He'd be like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not saying joining the Straw Hats, but I'm going to say, you know what? Help Luffy escape, help him get out of there, and then go off on your own adventure. Start your own pirate crew. At this point, defect to another Yonko. You deserve way better than this. All for what? All because you got freaking jaggedy teeth and you got a freaking... You got some stitches on your mouth? Like, that's the reason? That's the reason your piece of shit family treats you like the way they do? Screw them. Get out of there. You know? Like... Yeah, I mean, or go to Wano. I thought about that, because he's mochi, and, you know, it's a traditional Japanese thing, and Wano is a country based around, you know, feudal Japan. Like, that's going to be the aesthetic of the country. Go with Luffy to Wano. Have some adventures there, and then stick around. I would totally love, like, after the adventure with Wano's over, Katakuri stays, and I would totally love to see, like, the Katakuri Mochi Shop in Wano. Like, it's a cover page cereal. Like, I'd be fine with that. Like, seriously, not even joking here. Like, he needs to get out of this place, you know? You know? Now, joining the crew, I don't think that's going to go down. I think that would really mess with the dynamic. For one thing, this was an ability that Katakuri has that's very similar to Luffy's ability. It would be kind of weird to have two people on the same crew that have like that. Like here's your main character of your manga, and there's also another character on the same crew that has pretty much the exact same ability as your main character. That would be weird. You know, it would be strange. It would be like if in Naruto, you know, Naruto starts palling around with somebody else that just happens to have the nine-tailed fox spirit in him somehow, you know, or a power so similar to it. Or he's like, by the way, there's somebody else that Naruto's like, it's like Sasuke started using the Rasengan. It would be weird, you know? Yeah. So I don't think he's going to join the crew, and also that would kind of mess up the dynamic, because Katakuri is just so freaking strong, and you're already pretty much guaranteed to have Jinbei join. Carrot is still kind of up in the air, but I could see Carrot joining. I don't see Katakuri joining, but I could see him just, you know, brawling it out with Luffy, and then deciding, you know what, yeah, let's just leave. I'm done with this place. I've had to deal with this crap since I was born. This is pathetic. You know, so moving on, basically. What do you think is going to happen with the future of Katakuri? Now, even if he chooses to stay in Totland, what would this mean for him? Because Flampe, they're knocked out with the Conqueror's Hockey, but they still have the photos. I mean, unless Katakuri just slaughters all of them, which, I mean, here's the thing about Katakuri. Here's something you got to keep in mind, all right? He has always been built up by other people. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed? And that kind of makes him a unique villain as well. Or antagonist. I don't even really want to call him a villain. More antagonist, you know? Maybe a sympathetic villain at worst. I mean, at best. But anyway, Katakuri, he doesn't go around saying, you know, I'm awesome, I'm badass, I'm Katakuri, man, I'm invincible, you can't kill me, I'm freaking awesome. He doesn't do that, alright? Other people do that for him. You have Brûlé, who builds up Katakuri, who tells Luffy, that's my big brother. That's Charlotte Katakuri. He's the second son of the Big Mom family. He is a man who was born standing up. He never lays down. That's who he is. And you even have Katakuri saying to, like, Brûlé, is like, all right, that's enough, Brûlé, just calm down. And then Flampe was the same way. Oh my god, big brother, he's so amazing. It's all, like, building him up, and he doesn't reject it. Because, like I said, I think he wanted to be accepted. He wanted to be a part of the crew. He wanted to be, maybe like, you know, if they acknowledge my strength, then maybe they can overlook my physical deformity. That wasn't the case, though. But that's not who he is. He's not the kind of guy that goes around and boasts about how just awesome he is 24/7. There have been other villains in One Piece that have done that. But he doesn't. He's just like, okay, like, Brûlé's like, oh my god, he's so awesome. I'm like, okay, alright, just, yeah, I know, just, okay, cool, I'm fighting over here, can you calm down? You know? Because he knows it's not true. He knows he's a normal human. He knows he has faults. He knows he has things. You know what? Screw it. They're not even faults. They're just his family telling him that they're faults. You know, like laying on your back, or the freaking eel thing, or is like showing your mouth off, you know? That's not a fault. That's just being who you are, dude. Now, are there faults with his abilities? Yeah, sure. Like, if he gets distracted, he can't use observation hockey or whatever. We're not talking about that, though. We're talking about the fact that, you know, he really... There's better places for him. And you know what? He is not a weakling. He is not like an underling, you know? Like, because there's been other villains in the story that have been kind of sympathetic, you know? Like, look at Bellamy. You know, Bellamy at Jaya, oh, he was a total douche. But then you get to Bellamy at Dressrosa when he was betrayed by Doflamingo, and even toward the end, when he fought against Luffy again, being manipulated by Doflamingo, by the strings, he still kind of held out to be like, I'm still gonna do whatever I can for Doflamingo, you know? And that's kind of something that made you feel really kind of bad for Bellamy. But the difference was that Bellamy was kind of an underling to Doflamingo, like a major underling. He wasn't a big-time fighter for the Doflamingo family. Katakuri has status. In fact, I would say easily, right below Big Mom, you have Katakuri as the strongest character in that resides in Totland. Goes Big Mom, then it goes Katakuri. From what we've seen so far, I think that's pretty pretty apparent. And my point is, it would be a waste of a good character, and Katakuri is a very good character. He's only been around for 30 or so chapters, so I'm not going to gush about him too much, but I like the way his character's being set up. I like the development we got in the last chapter. If Oda keeps this pace, it would be a massive disservice to this character to just have him be used as a traditional underling. You know, like Luffy knocks out Katakuri, and Katakuri's like, I'll get you next time, Straw Hat, and then later on, they fight again, and Luffy just decks the floor with him, and then is like, alright, Katakuri's done, he's out of the story, he's like Don Krieg, or he's like any other random riffraff that Luffy's beaten in the past, he's like Bellamy, whatever, he's defeated, he's kind of sympathetic, but whatever, he's gone. No, Oda, and I don't think Oda's that stupid. Oda's not going to do anything like that. I think Oda has a plan for him. I think Oda definitely has a plan for where Katakuri's going to go, and how he's kind of different for the rest of the Big Mom family, how he kind of sees how they treat him, and he's either gonna let Luffy escape and leave with them, or he's gonna, when I say let Luffy escape, I should rectify that immediately. He's not going to let Luffy win. They're gonna fight. It's gonna be a balls out fight. Whoever wins, wins. But I think it's going to be this idea of, like, mutual respect at the end of it, and Luffy might succeed in knocking Katakuri on his back, and Katakuri's like, you know what? He gets it. He gets me. He's not gonna lord over me. Like, Luffy's not gonna dance over Katakuri's body like, ha ha, I knocked you on the back, ha ha ha. He's gonna be like, Luffy would be the kind of guy like, all right, I knocked you on your back. This was a victory for me. And, I'll give you a hand back up. That's the kind of guy Luffy is. And so, all of Cacao Island is surrounded by the Big Mom, crew, and you got Oven there waiting for him. I could see Katakuri, like, helping Luffy escape, as kind of like, all right, you beat me fair and square, I'll help you get out of this, because I don't really care much about my family right now, and I know you guys need to get out of here, so, that's what I mean when I say, like help him escape. Not let Luffy win the fight, but help him get out of Totland after the fight concludes. That's what I mean. Luffy's not going to straight up kill Katakuri or anything like that, because that's never what Luffy does. Knocks him out, or not knocks him out, but knocks him on his back. That's kind of like something I think Luffy would declare as a victory at that point. You also have to remember that moment in the last chapter when Katakuri stabs himself so he could be equal with Luffy. So I think that's something that could actually happen. Katakuri helping Luffy get away, get back to the Thousand Sunny, and then either go with them to Wano, like go all the way, screw it, and also, hey, you got Sanji now. Sanji can make some wicked donuts, Katakuri, and you can eat as many as you want. I can totally... I have the fanfiction thing going again. Maybe I should start back into writing it. I don't know. So, Katakuri's on the Thousand Sunny. They got away of Totland. They're sailing to Wano to meet up with the other Straw Hats. And, you know, that you have Sanji there. And let's say Luffy convinces them that, Katakuri's cool. He's alright. He's not going to try to kill us. He's alright. And it comes time for dinner. It comes time for Sanji to prepare a meal. The first time in, like, weeks that they've been able to eat Sanji's cooking properly. Like, hey, guys, what do you want to eat tonight? And Luffy's going to, of course, say meat. And then Nami and Brook, they'll say their favorite foods or whatever. You have Chopper, you have Carrot there, and every Jinbei will probably request something. But then you have this moment where Katakuri's just, like, stays quiet. He doesn't say anything. He's like, and then Luffy's just like, he wants some donuts! Can you make some donuts, Sanji? And Sanji's like, yeah, donuts? Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll get some dough out of us. Yeah, we could do that. And then you have all this food in front of him, and Katakuri's like, he has all these donuts in front of him, and he's like, he's afraid to eat them because of the way he was treated his whole life. It's like, dude, eat it. And then he sees how the Straw Hats just devour the food. Like, Brook and Luffy, and they're just, like, devouring it. And Katakuri's like, okay. And then he just starts devouring. Like, I don't mean to derail into fanfiction. I apologize. I really do. But that would be a cool scene, wouldn't it? That would be neat. Man, Oda, you need to take some of my... Okay, I'm gonna stop. But yeah, I just wanted to go into detail a little bit more about Katakuri from the last chapter, the stuff we've learned. I think there's so much more that we could see from him, and maybe not necessarily joining the crew, but being an ally to the crew. Something along those lines, and something, maybe like he will confront Big Mom later on, or his brothers or something, and as for the teeth, I just wanted to end this out with like a quick theory on the teeth, like how why he has this deformity, because Oven and Daifuku are all, and Katakuri, they're all triplets. They were all born to the same father and Big Mom, obviously, but Oven and Daifuku don't have the same, teeth that Katakuri does. What I think happened, and I think this also applies for Bartolomeo, I think it's an issue because we have seen that with fishmen teeth like that are that sharp. Maybe way back in Katakuri's ancestry, his father's like line, there was a fishman. You know, maybe it was like his great great grandfather, and it was just like a recessive trait that goes down that doesn't appear all too often. It was kind of diluted a little bit, but it does pop up every now and then. And then Katakuri was maybe the firstborn, and you know he's the one that got it out of Daifuku and Oven, and they didn't get it, but Katakuri maybe was the one that got it out of that. And I think that's maybe the same thing with Bartolomeo, like why their teeth are like that. You know, it was something to do with maybe a fisherman way back in their ancestry. That's what I actually think it was. I don't think it's important though. I don't think it's going to be like some big reveal like why his teeth are like that. I think it's something simple like that basically, and it's because of something so simple that he can't control the way he looks. That's why his whole family like rejects him when they see it. That's messed up. And the the deformity with the stitches on his mouth. But that's not his. He didn't choose to look like that. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you think about this whole thing with Katakuri below. This will be Tekking101 signing out. Later, guys.